Whew, evening, everybody. Sounds like USBs have a conversation. That definitely wasn't me only just plugging my steering wheel in. Definitely not. No. Couldn't have been. I'm definitely more prepared than that, I swear. Oh. Yep. Hey, Adam. How's it going? What was I doing? Oh, yeah. Yes. Grabbing the chat link so I can actually put it in for the chat window. There you go. Voila. Magic. Get rid of that. I already registered for the races yesterday, so we're already good on that front. I don't have to worry about that. Feel odd, both defeated and relieved at the same time. Interesting. I almost selected Auto Union instead of Audi there. Whoops. How come? Alright, what track are we at? I picked the bloody... It's Summit Point, isn't it? I literally wrote it like 2 minutes ago. How did I forget? Actually, let's see. Slowbro servers are probably up. Just hop on that instead. Also, should probably actually shill Lustrum link because I haven't done that. Because I've not been able to join AC SRS Relief because it might help me focus on other stuff better. I guess that is an interesting crossroads to be at. Albeit if I couldn't do AC online, I'd probably be... Actually, no, I wouldn't be done with SimRacing, but I don't think I'd enjoy it anywhere near as much. Yeah. Same for me. That's why I don't really know how it would affect my sim racing if I just couldn't play it anymore. I basically only play it online as well these days, so okay, I want to put up the that actually showing? Hey, it is. Nice. Quite enjoyed the AI races I did recently. Pretty much could do whatever, whenever. The only downside being the AI's consistency. Yeah. Well, maybe wouldn't second that as much for AC. I can definitely relate to that with like a couple of other games. I've gone back and played some games I used to play a lot online. Or well, I played pretty heavily online with friends on my own, and I actually had a lot more fun with it. Just being able to enjoy the game at like my own pace and do my own things. I'm not really tied down with what like other people want to do and shit like that. I can just be like, I want to do this, I'm gonna do it and do it. Do I really have this song twice? Oh, okay. Alright, enough staring at random rubbish. Summit Point. Where was we at last week? I forget, but I didn't do... Oh, it was Vallelunga. Actually, I maybe could have done well at Vallelunga. I got fucked, kind of, in that one. When's Nords? Never. Never is Nords. That's the only correct answer to that question. Also, hey Donnie, how's it going? I switched that. There you go. To make sure this doesn't go into bad territory. Okay, it's good. Did pull a card once, you should do Nords. I mean, I did do Nords. I did it last night. What am I doing? Oh yeah. I don't think this is going to be any good, but we can try it. Let us see. Funny how yesterday I was doing a race commentary, an AI race, and I failed to do an SRS. Of all three, the AI race went somewhat well. Guess that's the luck of the draw sometimes, isn't it? I very much doubt Enrique has updated it. And if he has, I'll have to take a quick return flight to Portugal. Go and club him over the head for not telling us. But no, I don't think. I think it'll still be this one. He usually doesn't update things mid-season unless it's like it's explicitly requested. I'd kind of forgotten about that as well, actually, so that's a good point you mentioned that. GG's to the people who uninstalled the old version, I guess, because I'm pretty certain that's what we're going to be using. Guess that is one of the nightmares when dealing with modded content, no. Yeah, he does announce in the forums, yeah. But that is one of the nightmares of running modded content, is keeping track of versions and stuff, especially when it starts, like, you have a curated list that's, like, ballooned out of control sort of ordeal. Like we kind of do with SRS. There's so many mods on that list. Can't really keep track of all of them until somebody goes, wait, this was updated, I want to use it. Oh. Engine damage central here. Actually, not too bad. What track was it where I was killing the engine? I don't remember. It was like 3 weeks ago, I think. Whatever the hell it was we were racing then. Then I guess still do commentation on everything, get the replay file skins. Been like that for a while now. Fair enough. I was definitely paying attention to where I was going and not reading your comment, and the car was not happy with me underweight into that braking zone. Fantastic. We're off to a great start. It's weird, this isn't iRacing or an MX-5/Ford SCCA. No! It's a giant German brick that's gonna go flying off the road several times. Doesn't have to be modded for RF2. I couldn't do a GD3 LFM race a month ago as the car's just got updated, but the server had. Oh yeah, of course. Ah, things don't auto update. R-Factor 2. A can full of joy. And nothing else, right? Only good things happen when RF2 is booted up. Said nobody ever. Well, actually, the diehard RF2 fanboys do. They have some crazy mental gymnastics about how it's always your problem, and not the fact that Studio 397, after 10 years, still couldn't cobble together a game that isn't, that is fully functional. But hey-ho. Oh shit, it's race time already? We're screwed. We're gonna go and join this farm over here. Oh, there's no... Huh. But that wasn't what I was expecting. Alright, well, we gotta get the fuck out of here, though, because it's race time already. Let's go. Yeah, I have us to go. My people need me. People, that's not too bad. Crashed an RF2 LFM race again today, lost a tire, getting 2 viz on the last episode, nursed the car home. P10 should have been P4. Damn. Oh, so yeah, there is a poll at the top of the chat window for what the hell we do afterwards. What am I looking for? Summit point. I forgot how to read. What do you mean about RF2 being dodgy? Nothing goes wrong with it. Just ask the teams in the VAC race at the weekend who got randomly disconnected and then ruined their race. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, I wonder. Whoops. What a shame. Yeah, it sucks. I think R-Factor 2 is like perfect proof that you need more than good physics to make a good racing sim. There's no point having good physics if everything else just falls apart at the seams as soon as you try and do literally anything with it. Did I change the stream song list? No. It's just kind of an unorganized mess, really. I have the main glob, which is like... Yeah, AMS2 falls in the same boat. But I think it's... I don't know. It's better to dog on R-Factor 2. A, because it's older, and B, the amount of praise that it gets by some of the rabid fanboys. I don't think, at least from my perspective, I haven't seen such rabid fanboyism from AMS2. There are people out there who definitely defend Razor way more than they probably should. Because, I mean, AMS2 definitely could probably have been in a better state by now, but at the same time, the game isn't that old, relatively speaking, and the Madness engine was held together with some loose sticks and duct tape, so I'm not surprised they're having nightmares with it. Because even the own studio who made it couldn't get it to work properly. So, you know. Yeah, that's a good point. The online is awful. Hence why I haven't touched it in like a year. I have played a bit of single player, and that was alright. There are a couple of hiccups here and there. But yeah, I couldn't imagine going back online and trying to take it as anything less than a joke. Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, and the same. Yeah. R-Factor 2, I don't think there's like one solid thing though that's broken in R-Factor 2. It's just kind of broken across the board. I think that's R-Factor 2's big problem. You can't really pinpoint one thing. It's just random shit happens at random times. It is a wild machine that you cannot control. But as I was saying, yeah. So with the music stuff, as Adam pointed out, yeah, I have like one playlist that's like dedicated for like street. Well, it's basically it's not really a playlist. It's a bunch of songs in a folder, and I just click play. Or Michael getting in some drift practice, and that's like just a random collection of like Ridge Racer 4 songs. Because I mean they work in like everything. They're good, and then I have just a random few other songs in like my main music folder that aren't organized at all, and I daren't leave those playing because I think I accidentally modeled in a couple of copyrighted songs in there. So I'd rather not have to go back through my live streams and trim out audio at certain points because whoops, I accidentally played some copyrighted music sort of audio. But yeah, I could maybe organize some more proper playlists, but I don't bother. I just click on random things and have that play and be like, yep, that's good enough. Yeah, I see these different people with different random mission outfits too. Yeah, no consistency. Yeah. It really isn't consistent. It's just kind of all over the shop. Albeit some of the some things in that game are like developer incited things that are completely unexcusable, like the fact that some cars do not have slipstream. Yeah, you want to race in GT cars? You want to race them at Le Mans? Well, fat chance you're gonna have any fun racing, because you just sit behind people. That's fun, isn't it? Yeah, I love racing with no slipstream down a track that is mostly comprised of long straightaways. Very nice. Thank you, Studio 397, for turning it off and not turning it back on. Love it. But the fact that it was a problem for so long and then they were like, oh yeah, whoops. We should probably do something about this. Like, years after the fact they turned it off, it's still like... Okay. It's also in the GT... I don't know if they fixed it at the same time as the GT3s, but it also affected the GTEs as well. Because I remember we did a race at... a few races in the GTEs. And, yeah, there was no slipstream there. Made racing horrible at a load of the tracks. I think I pissed off the second place, or well, the eventual winner when we did a race at Bahrain, because he was stuck behind me for several laps because my Corvette had a straight line advantage on him. And while he was right on my gearbox, he couldn't, you know, he'd line himself up to get a slipstream pass, but whoops, no slipstream. Corvette slowly pulls away again. Yeah, it's absolute spaghetti code. In my opinion, I feel like they should have thrown it in the bin a long time ago and just started making R Factor 3, but what do I know? It's obviously more financially viable for them to keep kicking the old dead horse continuously. Yeah, fun. The funds are a huge question with, especially the whole motorsports games ordeal. Yeah, I think that's definitely a problem as well. They may, who knows, they might not be able to make the game. If they made the game from the ground up, they maybe couldn't be able to. It'd be hard to say. Okay, that 118 was not official. Good to know. Love that real time still shows invalid laps as purple. It has no validation as to whether or not that lap was legit or not. It's like, it was better than the fastest lap time, therefore purple. Thanks, Kunos. You're good at Python coding. You're calling that a game as being kind. Yeah, that's very true. But yeah, but the motorsports games money, though... Obviously, we don't know what those licenses between the real life series looks like exactly. But I do know from some real life experiences that obviously, you know, when you're dealing with clients and they give you money, that money, they expect that money to go into certain things. So, you know, paying Studio 397 to make, or giving Motorsports Games all this money so Studio 397 can make an R Factor 3, maybe isn't what those stakeholders want. And, you know, having a representation of their cars in R Factor 2 on top of the quote-unquote supposed official games that are coming never. As, like, you know, part of their licensing. I mean, that's the thing, you can blag off to stakeholders that, like, oh yeah, you know, we're making BTCC cars. Or, you know, we're making NASCARs, or we're making hypercars, Indy cars, and stuff. But, like, if you're like, oh yeah, we're making a brand new racing sim that has nothing to do with your game. they wouldn't be too happy with that. Albeit, I think one license that is the most interesting though is their NASCAR license, because obviously with the IndyCar and World Endurance Championship licenses, iRacing lost out big time on both of those, because iRacing can no longer do Le Mans or Indy, and they can't replicate any of the other real-world events. However, the NASCAR license, of course, iRacing still has a stranglehold over NASCAR sim racing stuff. I think, I could be wrong, but I think NASCAR has 2 separate licenses. They obviously have the iRacing license with their partnership with iRacing, and then they have their more console gaming oriented license that used to go out to Monster Games and whoever else, you know, EA and the likes back in the day, before it went to Motorsports Games for Ignition. I think that's definitely the little interesting caveat there to the whole Motorsports Games license spree, is that iRacing still holds the NASCAR sim racing stuff, which is a good thing for sure. If MSGM had the exclusive license to NASCAR on sim racing, God forbid. God fucking forbid. Seeing how the AI run there, oh no. And the AI's definition of a high... Oh shit, I've gone off the road. You know, I'm holding up the tail. Sorry, not sorry. This setup is slow. I am slow because I have not been paying attention to what the hell I've been doing. I'll be damned if I don't finish this lap. So... He's on pole anyways. What does he have to matter? I'm probably not going to be improving upon my lap with this driving so far, but hey-ho. That hard braking into the double chicane has kind of killed me, though. What am I going to get? Oh, it's an improvement. It was worth it. It was worth me being a dick and holding him up. And... see you later, suckers. However, I'm now stuck here until qualifying ends. In hindsight, this was a mistake. Send into another dimension, indeed. Indeed. Hey, Michael. I don't know how many laps of fuel we're gonna need. I'm actually gonna add a PSI to the front there. Oh, what do I want to change? What do I want to change? I want to knee-jerk setup change time. What could go wrong? I'm actually gonna bump this up a little bit. Add a couple more clicks of each, and a little bit more there. And These are probably bad setup changes, but yep, cheers to the luck loop. I'm gonna need it. I just clicked a load of random shite. I'm sure that always goes well. That's never cost me anything dear in a race before. As long as we ignore GT3 at Paul Ricard, where it very much did cost me a lot. Okay, I have nowhere to go. I'm backing out of that. Just for the luck, Donnie. I'm gonna probably need it. This track is very tight, so racing's gonna get quite personal. Not many cars, but this car is big. I think these setup changes seem to have benefited the car. It wants to be a little more twisty. Which is good. That's exactly what I wanted. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. I was not expecting that much grip there. But I'll take it, if it's going to give me more grip. Random setup changes worked? What? The inexplicable has happened. I got a shit run out of there. I probably should have dropped the third. More than enough fuel to make the race, at least according to the current calculator numbers, which is good. Be a little bit later on my downshifts to avoid killing the engine unintentionally. Alrighty, let's see what I can do about getting past Max. I think I have the speed to get past him, pun not intended. But the question is where the fuck do we overtake? I have not found a place to do it yet. Oh, Phil's off in the grass, but he kept it. Not as much could be said for the guy behind Hanu. Should be Francisco. No, it wouldn't be, because that was a white car. That's a red car right much behind Luke. Well, so probably Luca who went off. Right, can I get a good run on Max out of this corner? That would be the real question. He's gone a bit deep. Oh, there we go. Exactly what we needed. They're doing 122s up ahead. What am I going to put in? A 24-0. That's better than what I did in qualifying, so I'll take it. I am well clear of Max into turn 1. I guess he didn't try for a slipstream. Get the car rotated. Now, as long as I don't do anything stupid, I think this place should be mine for the keeping. That bit of mud or sand or whatever the hell it is always a sketchy spot around this track. Always lurking, ready to catch you. I have braked too late. Grass. Can I rejoin? I think so. He's right on my outside though. Gonna get the spot back. The brakes on this car have really been my nemesis. Ike in English. My nemesis all season long. Oh, bloody season. They are absolute shit. He's again gone really deep on the final turn. I'm going to be able to get my foot down on the power and just roll on past him. He might be able to tuck him for a little bit of slipstream here, though. Is he going to go for it? He's got Looper breathing down his neck. He's not going to go for it. He's going to try and outbrake me into the first turn, but I'm almost going to outbrake myself and run him off into the gravel. Did not mean to do that, but it is nearly what happened. However, those two had a little bit of a tussle as well, which gives me a bit of breathing space. Which, allows me to get that corner not so right. This is another one of those cars that I thought would be decent on paper and through my brief testing, but like when I actually got into the races and started to try and push this thing for every last ounce it had, it just never quite materialized in the way I wanted it to. I kind of worried next season is gonna... Oh shit. Kind of worried next season is gonna be the same, but I hope not. I hope not. You know, the average talent pool on SRS does make racing a lot of these cars a very humbling experience, that's for sure. Unless you're like some next level alien. We seem to get into a bit of a rhythm here. Oh, but the sand awaits. Oh, Max is all the way out there. Let's see. Can I reel in Phil? Phil. Did the brake him right this time for that? Oh, Max didn't. Nor did Hanu. That plays into my hands. Helps open up that gap even more as we focus on fighting Phil. There's a decent enough final corner. 23 for the first time. 12 minutes on the clock. Phil is about 3 seconds, oh, excuse me, ahead. Let's see what we can do. Top 5 is the goal. And we're one spot away from that. I think I can do it. Whether we actually can, we'll see. I think all it takes is one mistake from those three ahead. Michael, Phil, or Yari, and run with a good shot. Past Max. I did not get a good flow through that sector at all. Fantastic to see. They all did 23s that lap. I don't think I'm gonna do a 23. No, I did a 24, so maybe I was wrong. I need to pick up quite a bit of slack if I want to have any hopes of getting the top 5, given if they're able to run 23s consistently, which I've only done once. Kind of been the story of this championship, though. Just kind of ended up in a nowhere position, fighting no one. It's kind of a shame, because there has been some pretty close racing between others in this championship. I've just not been able to do it. 24.1. Phil did a 24.3. Which was a little bit faster than him, but it's not going to be enough. Francisco is disconnected. Unfortunate. Gotta say though, this week does feel kind of off. I think it's because Monday was a bank holiday. And it kind of just felt like an extension of the weekend. I had to keep reminding myself yesterday that it was Monday, otherwise I probably would have forgotten all about the Porsche race with Donnie and Michael in the evening. Because I'd have been like, it's Sunday, the race is tomorrow. Then tomorrow would have come and I would have been like, shit, I missed it. Things involve no one in AC, so instead we did a 1 hour long Dubai race and race from now. Alright, fair enough. Still need to cook up a combo for them for Thursday actually. I just remembered I haven't done that. As I was stating, my perception of the week has all been thrown off by the bloody Easter. Fuck, Phil is pulling away. I'm not doing a good job at catching up. Which is marginally annoying, but it's not really getting into enough of a groove with this car to really take any kind of a meaningful fight. I'm doing a good job of binning it even. No, I'm just kind of existing here. It's a bit of a problem. Oh, well, there's a little bit of rallycross for you. Oh, I forgot how bumpy that is out there. Throwbacks to when I threw away a comfortable second place in the Ginetta race. Because I threw it off there on the final lap. That was when I learned that grass is a lot bumpier than it looks. 25 for me then, that. And I also did a 25, so I guess at least my 6th place is safe for now. 5 minutes left on the clock. Try replicating it, the remake edition. Well, I'd need to get up into 2nd place first. I don't think that's happening. Because I don't think it's quite a faithful remake. if I bin it from 6th place. It's a bit underwhelming, that. Unless I was like, I don't know, driving a Fiat 500 against this Audi or something. Then it'd be like, damn, not being last would be like a miracle. Doing it from Secret follow the trend of remakes not being as good as the originals. I guess I could put in some tagline about how we have to be more inclusive to the lower place drivers as well. There are victories everywhere in the paddock. Everyone's a winner, you know? Hey, finish doesn't really matter as long as you have fun with it. But this isn't exactly the definition of fun. Both cars being about 5 seconds away from me. I'm in an equidistant void. Inclusive to front wheel drive, you'll be cancelled for leaving them out. Hey, I'm in a 4-wheel. It's got the best or worst of both worlds, depending on how you look at it. Oh. Speaking of front-wheel drive cars in AC though, you know one car I'm surprised hasn't cropped up on SRS yet? And I could be proven wrong because we haven't seen the full list for this next season. But I am surprised the Trabant hasn't showed its head. I've actually raced that Trabant Cup car, it's pretty decent. And I'm kinda shocked that nobody's picked it. It's like it's one of those front-wheel drive cars that's like so easy to drive that like you don't even really need to think about driving. I mean, in reality, it is a Skoda 130 RS with the wrong wheels powered. Oh, well, with the drivetrain the wrong way around. Because the Skoda's rear engine, rear wheel, this is front engine, front wheel. But, you know. I feel like in like a decent grid, it could probably put on some cracking racing. So I am, I'm quite surprised it hasn't appeared. I was almost tempted to pick it, but I feel like it would be antithetical to my, my entire shtick on the interwebs if I was the one to run the front-wheel drive Trabant Cup. However, I do like my Soviet shitboxes, so I guess that would be the exceptional rule. This pair of deliveries save it to the front, which I know would be for you, it doesn't count. But yeah, I am surprised little Trabant hasn't gotten its day in the sun though. You know, on our platform. I think it would definitely have to be one of us hosts that brings it in. Because it does seem like, for the most part, Old Boss Man is going to be recycling cars from the pre-existing pool for the daily series. But I could be wrong on that front. Just for the general lineups I see up here. It's never usually anything new to SRS. It's usually things that have already been there at one point or another in time. This is it. A whole big nothing burger. But hey, oh, I almost spoke too soon. I'm gonna keep my lips sealed until I get round this final corner. Oh, yellow flag. Did Phil bin it on the final turn? No, if he did, it didn't matter anywhere near enough. Alright. Into the void we go. 0 incident points. I will take it. At least I think it was 0. Oh, I might have to avoid Michael. Here we go. Rip the handbrake as we fly in. Whoosh. Spectacular. Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't really show much. There you go. Whee. Put the car into neutral. Not 10 incident points? No. I would happily take -10. Do you think Boss Man would accept bribes to remove incident points? I think he should. New revenue stream. I don't know if you can hear my wheel, but it won't stop rocking. Oh! We bounced in the pits. That setup worked well enough. I wear my incident points of pride. Okay, let's... You're the champion? Hey, congrats, Matteo. Got 2 incidents after the finish, trying to spin a bit. That was really a nothing race for me. Quite literally nothing. I dare to be different and not embarrassed by them. I mean, by the sound of things, you're all a bunch of dirty bastards. I feel like when I say that I have an incident point average that's like 1.1, people are like, oh, wow, so low. Yeah, Mattia didn't join, yeah. I didn't think about that until you said you were champion. I was like, huh. I was like, why doesn't that sound right? And then I was like, oh. Yeah, he didn't join. Yeah, because I think he had a pretty decent cushion. He basically just had to show up. And I guess maybe not finish last, and he would have won. Actually had a really good start, but I had nowhere to go. Not a lot of space here. I wasn't gonna dare risk a 3 wide into the middle in lap 1. I was like, it's not worth it. So I kind of just stayed where I was. Not the greatest combo, but he joined the Toyota. Huh. It didn't have fuel because he used it all up at Nord. Yeah, he's gotta keep his fuel rations in check. He used one too many at the Nordschleife. Maybe he just missed registering, or he had the wrong version of the track. Or he thought we were running the new version and was trying to update. I don't know. I was amazed at how behaved. Yeah, it was a pretty clean race by all accounts, by the looks of things. There are a couple of cars going off the road here and there, but I don't think there were any crashes, really. Everyone just kind of... Yeah, Max got this so wrong. All Miko's fault for creating extra laps, yeah. Max goes in way too deep. And so I just... breeze on past. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. There you go. However, I think he then gets me back because I fuck up. Oh yeah, that's right. I forget how to brake. And, whoops. Well, I do brake, but the car says no. And, oh, that was... Okay, I did not see the red arrow in my defense. That was a really bad rejoin. Oh, no. Thank God he was paying attention. I blame you guys. I blame you guys. Because on my end... I don't know if you can see it. But on my end, the chat window, it's not where it is on your guys' end. It's actually, like, here. This is where I have the chat on my end. So, when I'm looking for, like, the red arrow in the cockpit, which would be, like, down in the corner here, I couldn't see it. And he was completely, when I'm looking for that red arrow, can you see that red arrow? You sure can't. So I blame you guys. It's all your guys' fault I did this bad rejoin. Let's get that back over there. Yeah, I looked, but he was in my blind spot, so I didn't see him in the mirror or in the side either. Didn't matter. No collisions. And then he did the exact same thing a lap later, and I got back past him again. So, got 10 people signed up for Road America. Good, good, good. Still got 17 minutes on the clock. For the finale. Yes, let's bring up the results, I guess. And then I can do a quick reveal of next season. Bossman hasn't told me that I'm an idiot and I should bugger off yet, so I'm going to assume what I have suggested is fine. He could look at what I've submitted. He might not have had a chance to look yet, and he might look and be like, what in the actual fuck? Change this. But he hasn't yet, so... yeah, I'm just going to assume that we good. So yeah, no incident point. Damn, Mateo! With the 2 incident points. Despicable. Wow, I was actually the biggest mover in this race. I went from 8th to 6th. Supposedly. Strip him of the championship. But yeah, ooh, that is quite a straight graph. It's not really what we wanted, but yeah, it's what we got. Clean racing, though. So, can't really complain too much about that. Everyone was on the lead lap as well, apart from this guy who left halfway. So, yeah, not quite the championship ending we wanted, but not too bad. Yeah, I was 8th in qualifying. 7th in race lap time. That's not really a surprise. See what the front people doing. 22.7, 22.7. 23-3, 23-5, 24-0. And then in the race, 22-2, 22-4, 22-8, 23-2, 23-4, yeah. So everyone picked up the pace in the race. Should have been a zero ink race, but tried to do burnouts on the pit lane. Fair enough. And with that, I almost clicked on the wrong one. Yep, Matteo takes the championship. No! Me and Matteo finish on dead equal points. Dead equal. But he got 2 wins and 2 second places. So he beats me out. Also, his sum of positions is like a quarter of mine. It's actually less than a quarter, actually. What do I get? I don't think that's not what I wanted. It is 21. My win, or my sum of, or his sum of places is 21% of mine. However, Dirty Bugger with 2.2 incident average. 2.2. Mine's 0.8. What is my incident average overall at now, actually? It should have gone down a little bit. Yeah, it went down a little bit. We're edging closer. I was at 1.09. Now we're at 1.08. Maybe I can bring it back down to 1.07. Who knows? Also, that was 290th race. Pretty measurable, though. Not really one I would want to remember quickly. Beaten by a guy who did 5 races, only the indignity. Yeah, I know. It was 0.2. It is, yeah, but you missed the round, so damn, yeah, I'm actually, apart from Yari, I'm cleaner than all the cars in front of me. 2.3. Dirty bastards, the lot of you. Alright, however, I have a new season to announce, don't I? Take a quick peek. Still at 10 there. Okay, let me get the new car queued up. So, the Audi, we are replacing it for something that is pretty much the complete opposite of what this Audi is. You know, the Audi was heavy, 4-wheel drive, had no brakes. What track do I want to throw this around at? Apparently none, because AC is going to be a bitch. Yeah, what else about the Audi? None-wheel drive! Fart powered. I mean, it's not far off being fart powered. However, it does have 4 wheels still. Hang on. I need to... Come on. Oh, it's given up. Oh, nope, there you go. Okay, we're in business. What track should I submit again? I need to look. The cat car. No, I don't think that would have floated past ye old boss man. Like, where... I'm looking at the wrong fucking thing. I was trying to grab the list of tracks that I submitted. Oh, we'll go Brands Hatch. I actually haven't driven it at Brands Hatch. I just kind of guessed that Brands Hatch would be good. So I guess this will be my test of Brands Hatch Indy for this car. Only the most rigorous testing, I can assure you. And here we go. Voila! It's lacrosse kart. We have 70 horsepower of rear-wheel drive steel tube frame glory. There is basically nothing to this car. Pretty much nothing. It's gonna be wild. However, the car has a 10-liter fuel tank, which is not enough to get it through the 20 minutes. So I had two choices. Oh god. I had two choices. One, half the fuel consumption. Two, we make it a double race. I chose the latter. So we are actually doing... Okay, I should have extended the gear ratios. These are a bit short. We are actually doing 2 10-minute races. Meaning it is going to be chaos. Oh yeah, and also the top 5 gets reversed. I think it's top 5? It's either top 5 or top 3. Reverse top 5. So 2 10-minute races with a reverse top 5 on the second race. It is going to be wild. But I think it could be a lot of fun. Also, yeah, so if you've never seen a cross-cut before, these things like to get sideways. You basically do all of your turning with the right foot. Your right foot does the turning in this car. So, you best be good at using it. There was a, in this pack, there is 3 configurations. There's the fastest one, which has like 100 horsepower. Then there's the one we're driving, and then there's a junior one. I picked this middle one because I feel like it still kind of holds the handling characteristics that this car should have. But the big boy one, it's a little bit mad. The big boy one. This one is a lot more controllable, so it's a lot easier for everyone to pick up across the board and have a bit of fun with it, throwing it around into corners and stuff, because it's very easy to just throw it into corners and just let it be. But yeah, the big one was like too fast. The junior one was too slow. This one kind of sits in that nice little middle ground. How it's gonna go overall, I have no clue. Oh, I got a bit on the grass there. But yeah, there are some setup options we can play around with, but actually, the default with some tweaks to the gear ratios, it feels good enough for most circuits. The car slides around quite nicely. You know, you get it hooked up under the brakes, get that rear end up. I'm not doing a good job here, really. But, you know. It's a very different car to drive, but once you understand what it's doing, it's not that difficult. You just want to have a little bit of discipline over that right foot. Yeah, it will be intense. It will be. There is one track as well that is a little bit special as well. It's a bit different from the others, and it's likely going to be even more chaotic. But we'll see. I would not be surprised if Bossman told me to bugger off of that one. But if it does get added in, that one's going to be crazy. But hopefully crazy fun. Makes sense not to pick the big one, yeah. In AMS2, the KRM 620R is so too powerful for its tires. It's not as fun as the less powerful ones. It's somewhat similar with this, it seems. Yeah, the big one, I like driving the big one, but it's a handful. Oh, shit. Like, I'm not really paying attention, and I'm keeping this thing in a straight line, you know. But the big one, it's like you gotta be on top of that thing, otherwise it's gone. But this, it's quite nice to transition into and out of the slides and stuff. It's quite smooth. But the little one is a little too slow. Also with this one, there's less banging on the limiter. They all have the same gearbox at the same gear ratios, all three of them. And so they all have like a top speed of like 120 mile an hour, so about 200 Ks. Which isn't a lot. And I mean, it's definitely noticeable in the big one, because you hit it so easily. It's kind of ridiculous. In this middle one, it struggles. You need a pretty decent straight for it to be able to push up to about 200. So does make it a bit more momentum reliant as well. But I'm looking forward to this. I'm hoping it should be quite interesting. It's going to be a unique experience for a lot of people, I think. Which tracks for the cat car fart powered. My cat only likes sofas. Well. There may or may not be an oval on the schedule. May or may not be. Oh shit. I got out into the sand and I'm spinning. Oh, I'm in the kitty litter now. Need to spy. Oh, yeah, the little inner wheel lift. Yeah, there are some setup options for this car, but there isn't a great deal. Main one, obviously, I think is going to be gear ratios, getting those right from round to round. I can't say about the tire pressures, because Pro Tires, well, it doesn't really work with the tire pressures on this. But with tire and fuel, it should be fine at pretty much all rounds, I think. The car should be able to do 10 minutes on its tank. But yeah, this is gonna be crazy. With that being said, I need to get the fuck out of here though, because we have the Toyota race. I need to go and crash an LMP1 car. See how many people we got in the end for Road America. It would help if I could spell SimRacing System. That would be a very big help. 10? That's okay. The one Donnie picked? No, it's actually not. I did also pick the one Donnie wanted. Unless you're on about a different one. Yeah, unless he also wanted to do this other oval. Am I the only one getting kicked when you join the server? Yes. I only just joined now and it's worked fine. Seems like everyone else is in. Maybe if you have... I think, isn't this one of the tracks that has problems with the SRS skin app? I exit and come back after skin says okay. Alright. Oh, is that the 1910 Atlanta oval? If so, I've seen that. That 1910 Atlanta oval is, it's something, alright. It is very much something. Yeah, 1910 Atlanta. Yeah, it's something. In fact, I get kicked right when I get in the session. I would have been fun with this car, just shame no decent cameras. Unfortunate. I don't know what's... Don't know why you would be getting kicked when you join the session. I guess you can maybe try turning off things like the skins app, CSP, if turning off the skins app doesn't fix it. And if push comes to shove, try joining through the base AC server browser as well, I don't know. Eliminating points of failure. But I think, yeah, one of the problems here is the skin app. So... I have not worked out a boost strategy here at all. Has an issue with CSP and skins up on at the same time. It's quite a long track, so actually this is gonna be an interesting one in terms of a boost strats. It's a long and pretty fast track. Let's get that out of here. But I like this track. It's a very good track, so hopefully we can actually do pretty well here. That's what I'm hoping for. Can I get a podium? Probably not. But I'm hoping for, at the very least, a top 5. That is my absolute minimum acceptable level here. Yeah, definitely in the longer end, yeah. That is for sure. I should have put on the soft tires. I am an idiot. But yeah, yeah, with the ovals, the oval that I've picked is very small, and it would have, the only choice really for a car like the cross car is a short track. Oh, I was not expecting that when I got on the brakes. Okay. I'll let Yari through. I want to change that a little bit. Okay. Instantly locked the rear axle. Yeah, Atlanta would be too big, yeah. I think the biggest I'd probably go for the cross kart would be like Martinsville, which is on the table if he turns down my current proposition, but he hasn't yet, so this is still too far back. Jesus. Yeah, the one I have is tiny, which is gonna... Well, it's gonna be a bit of a logistical nightmare, I think, when it comes to... Baby Park. Qualifying is going to be very interesting. Because... reasons. With a track so small, the pit lane positioning is interesting. And also, because of its size, it means that we're likely going to catch lap traffic very quick. So that's also going to be another contentious factor, is lap traffic will definitely be a thing in that round. And it will be something we'll just kind of have to deal with. But, it's gonna be like dirt track racing, I think. Even though we're on a paved surface, which will be fucking awesome. It could be a complete failure, who knows? But, you know, no harm in trying. And I can bully people into doing ovals by putting a championship on the line. And putting it... Oh my god, these brakes. What is up with these brakes? See, by putting it towards the end of said championship, people will want to keep their points runs alive. Gotta do the oval. But nah, it should be fun. I hope. Qualifying is the one bit I'm worried about, but I think once we get past qualifying, it should be good. Because, yeah, the pit lane is kind of outside of the track. And you have to enter the track in, like, turn 1. So, it's very interesting in that regard. Because the track is too small to house its own pit lane. So none of them are actually within the track premise. But yeah, if that gets thrown out, I might replace it with like Bristol or something. I've actually been really tempted to throw Bristol in as a wild card in one of my SRS seasons for quite some time. But I've never really found the series where I've been like, yep, Bristol will work. Because I feel like that would just be a mad track to run in SRS. Really stupid, but it could work, and it could be some fun. Am I going to have enough fuel for this lap? I'm not sure. I think I should. This flat whilst on the boost. Ooh, risky! No! Uh-oh. Okay, he got around me. Fuck. I tried too hard. I tried too hard. God damn it. Good effort. Good evening, Evgeny. How's it going? Oh, Yari's been it. Actually, have we lost? Oh no, Mattia is here. Okay. I said, have we lost him again for this race? But no, he made it. But yeah, after this race, I will, of course, announce the replacer for the Toyota. Bit more conventional than the replacement for the Audi, but still a bit of a hair-raising car that I think should put together a pretty fun championship. Come and see if Matteo is good for this second. Oh, these curbs are not doing me good. TCR, fingers crossed. I said hair-raising. Older bath? No. The replacement for the Toyota. I have left this slot open for like high-powered cars. You know, the big beefy boys that I wouldn't run in James's slot. I can actually brake by driving over curbs. Very scary. It's around about the same time frame as the older Bath, though. I'll give that much. It's an old boy. But, Fiat Pant. Fuck's sakes. Play on the highway, what? God damn it. You driving, James? But that'd be an easy way to crash all the time. Or maybe that'd be a great excuse for crashing all the time. Oh! You jinxed me, Fred. Lap is still valid. Lap is still valid. Lap is still valid. We going. Why are these brakes so sketchy? What is going on? I can't stop. 100% speed hacks are enabled to find off. I really did play myself there. I don't know what's up with these brakes. I have no grip under braking. He's a drunk guy who streams and plays car games. I wish I was drunk, because it would explain how bad my driving has been so far. Unfortunately, I have not consumed a single lick of alcohol. I used way too much, but actually no. Well, that's a lot of boost regained. Oh, you know what? No, I'm not gonna have enough fuel. Oh, I should have saved. Lotus 25, close, but bit bigger, a bit more scary. Than the Lotus 25. 157. At least I set a lap time. And a big turbo? Nope. Raw, naturally aspirated power. Okay, now that's gonna... I'm gonna drop here. No. Yes, because they made the Porsche 918 Spider back in the 60s. Today I learned. Okay. I guess I'm gonna go 62% on the brake bias, because I was up to 58 and it was still spinning. I guess we want the mediums for the race. 60s car SRS, what could go wrong? I'm sure nothing will go wrong, especially not when my first track I've picked is VIR. Only the cleanest racing happens at VIR. Oh, see, I'm ahead of Max, Luca, and Michael. Just because I did a lap. Because of that spin, I'm over 4 seconds off the next lap, but you know, it works. Close quality separated by whiskey. We're stealing. HP is a bit too greedy for me. Yeah. Same. Matteo uses the same as Mattia. Yari using charging. James' ventures on VIR with 75% FFP on his Simu Cube. Cheers for the luck, I'm gonna need it. Basically starting towards the back here. But we can only go forward. Fucking go indeed. Top 5 is the goal. Phil is boosting like a madman. Oh, he's okay, a little bit more boost. Risking it for a biscuit. We can only go forward. Famous last words. It's very true. Actually feeling more stable under braking as I almost murder Yari. Oh, Phil! Holy shit! Oh, where did he come from? Oh. Oh, you can only get a dive bomb like that with hybrid cars. That was crazy. However, look at that deployment. We've burnt through so much hybrid and we're not even at the straight yet. So actually, I don't like using that. I don't think I use that much on the straight to defend again. Oh my god. There's a little bit of rubber band in there with Yuka. That was a little bit sketchy. I have the Finnish Inquisition ahead of me though. And I have no hybrid boost left to use, so I am screwed. Low preserve was not the play. Definitely like my manual. Yeah, I'm just a sitting duck here. It doesn't look like Phil's got anything to give either. So... gonna hit a little bit of juice. Gotta play it back on the manual. I've rocked it so far and it's been pretty successful, so don't see any reason why it's not going to work here. I say pretty successful. Actually, yeah, it's been pretty successful. It's been more my driving failures, not my strategy. I've definitely been in place to put some really good results in and then piss them down the drain because I've done sillies. However, we are in 5th. That is where I wanted to be. So I'm happy with that at the moment. Hold the car in 4th gear through here. A little bit of a boost on the exit. Get a boost out of here into 7th. Actually gonna hold on to it here as much as we can for that start-finish straight. We're a little bit down because I did have to use a bit at the start of this lap to get the car rolling onto this straightaway. Yuka is gonna yeet away as he gets some boost, but we now synced the boost back up to where I wanted it to be. So I'm gonna try something a little bit different by not boosting into here though. It was fun learning about hybrid deployment strategies again though. pretty complex facet of racing when you really get down into it. It does quite change the way you drive and race others. I may be hogging a bit too much boost for the straights, probably, but we'll see how this goes. I might have an absolute storm of a run on Yucca. What about fission or fusion deployment? Not quite sure about those. I hit it! We got the mega boost here, so I'm actually going to push this thing all the way up to 190. And we're still going to have a healthy push down the start-finish straight. Which I think I'm going to use a little bit here. Oh no! Oh, we're good. Just going to hold the button. Hold it, hold it. 182, maybe not quite as much as I wanted. Because we're definitely in a big uncontrollable bin. That finish uphill makes sense to boost there. Michael is the next car behind. Ahead of the other Michael. Michaelception. I am at full battery. So I should probably use a little bit to get me up to speed into there. Can you tell that I haven't practiced hybrid strategies for this race? Okay, let's stockpile a little bit more for that front straight. And brake way too late into this corner. Oh, but Michael did the same. I'm not going to head off track this time. Through there. Instead, I'm actually going to get the thing stopped. We have a full tank to get rid of down here, and we're pretty much going to be able to boost right up to the start-finish line. I don't think that was quite as beneficial as I wanted it to be, though. No, Mr. Allen Iverson couldn't figure it out. What? I felt like I'm missing a reference here. Actually, it seems to be accelerating faster in 6th gear up to 180, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, I should start letting it rev out more and using the engine. The issue is you don't want to let it... You actually want to keep the revs lower with the hybrid. Michael's right there, holy shit. However, he probably doesn't have as much boost as I do. Old NBA reference. No, Michael, you shall not pass. Where's he gone? Oh, he's there. Talking about practice. Maybe. Maybe not. Up to 187. 150 from me there. Michael was still faster, even with those hiccups towards the mid part of the lap, which is kind of worrying. But we were a second faster than Yuka that lap, which is promising. Oh, what if I do that? That's not going to help me. Best supporting meme of all time. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna let this happen. And pray Michael keeps this fucking car on the road. No, don't. He nearly went and binned it. Nearly. Come on, keep it on the road. Yeah, I'm gonna have to lift a bit through here. However, boost! See you later, sucker! I didn't get me as far as away, really. Ooh, he had nowhere to go there. Gonna leave it open. Nope, he's not gonna take it. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna try full revving the boost. Is that more effective? Have I really been lying to myself the whole asking Michael to keep it on the road is a bigger? Oh, damn, I don't know. Didn't think you'd be so cold about your fellow colleague, but here we are. Your business partner. I guess healthy business relationship is no more over an SCR. You'd agree. Fair enough. He's definitely got that boost strategy figured out a lot better than I do. I think I'm sitting on too much boost until the straights. But it is helping me on the straights, so it's... I have Phil catching up as well. Oh, he knows. He's a wise old dog. He knows that if he sits behind me... Well, I'm not going to be able to slipstream him again if he just sits behind me. However, what if I just don't boost on the straight? Devious tactic. Closing up to Mr. Drug ahead as I overcook it. He's waiting for the critical moment to ram me. This Michael slander in the chat. Unbelievable. Yuka's gonna pull away here, but that's fine. He's probably gonna have less to use elsewhere. Oh, as I lock up. Oh, he's gonna wreck himself. Oh, I've gone deep. Okay, then out of the corner. We hit it. 190. I'm telling you, you might not be wrong. There's 5 minutes left on the clock, so you still got time to line up the perfect murder. He really doesn't want me to get that top 5, huh? Oh, the slipstream here is going to be mega. Not really. Okay. That was the world's most underwhelming slipstream. However, it is actually carrying me down this straight, helping me maintain that momentum even once the boosts have run out, so it wasn't a complete waste. I'm on the gearbox now, or closing into the gearbox of Yuka. As I gotta go a bit wide there, not what I wanted, but he's gonna use up a lot of boost down this straight. Just gonna play into my hands. Yari and Mateo were way too far ahead, but this battle for 4th is gonna get quite interesting in these last few laps. What we got left on the tires? Plenty. Given that I've run soft for the last 2 rounds in a row, seeing the tire wear on mediums is actually quite low. Oh, Phil's coming into the mix as well, so they both almost crash into each other. Holy shit. Yeah, this is going to get very interesting. Must apply to yours by all means. A host must suffering. Their series is our motto. Damn. Alright. Yuka sets a personal best. He's not willing to let that 4th place go so easily. Michael's gone very deep. Phil has fallen back a fair margin as well. That makes my life a bit easier, albeit also not really. Got to ride on with a bit of Yuka's slipstream there. Definitely going to help. Didn't have to use anywhere near up as much battery as I maybe would have normally through that, I think. Just going to give me more for these pushes down these next 2 big straights. I feel like I'm only really just beginning to properly understand this car, and I'm about to throw it in the bin and replace it with a new thing. Guess that is part of what keeps SRS interesting, though, is that we're always switching up, trying new things. I may have used a bit too much boost. Try and drag the brake as much as I can out there. Harvest as much energy as I can. I think I should be able to get a full battery almost out of this final corner. Yep, full charge. And I think I'm the closest I've ever been to Yuka. He's trying to delay the inevitable. I don't have any boost. However, I am going to have the speed. Neither of us are willing to lift. Apparently neither were the 2 behind us, though. 1 minute. This is going to probably be the final lap. So this is make or break. I think sitting here, though, is pretty much perfect for me. He locks up a little bit. He lifts in a high aero car. Very true. Michael is closing up big style. How foolish is he gonna be? Apparently I'm going to be the fool, because I'm going to slip up big style. I'm actually going to have him come up on my inside. No, he's going to back out. I'm going to boost a little bit out of there. Hook onto Yuka slipstream as Yuka hits the boost. I'm going to hit the boost too. Get up to 190. Hitch back up into that slipstream. Ooh, mama. This is going to be very close. I think he's trying to harvest as much boost up as he can. He's holding it all back. He's holding it all back. Can he do it though? Has he saved enough? Full button away. Try and get that torque. Come on. Ah, oh, just not going to be enough. He saved just enough for that finish. Oh, just enough. Oh, that's how you finish off the championship. Yeah, Road America delivers once again. I thoroughly enjoyed that one. Disappointing Mateo won. Yeah, congrats, Mateo. Got the successful sweep. Of both my championships this time around. I think it was realistically going to be either you or Mattia in both of them. Use a bit of energy at the start. You know, I tried your Mattia's strategy of using low preserve and then boosting. And, yeah, no, it really didn't work. I actually then went back to my normal. And I was being really aggressive on the charging. And it, well, it seemed to work. Not to win, but, almost snagged fourth, so I'll take it. If Kenny did not slap down a bet on the favourite and the bookies, it seems. Stick with the poker. Oh, this is crazy here, yeah. That was like big old gaggle. Oh yeah, I just wasn't using... So later on in the race, I was like not hardly using boost at all in the twisty bits. I was basically oh yeah. Shit, yeah, I would have gotten an incident point, because Phil... Fucking hell. Look at him go. What? He just launches like a rocket into the corner and then just locks it. Yeah, you almost crashed into me a few times, which is quite funny. Yeah, I couldn't get past Yuka here. And this is when I realized that the low preserve strategy wasn't for me. Because I came onto here and I had nothing. Luckily, it didn't seem like these two had anything either. But I quickly switched back onto manual. And then as soon as I crossed the line, I used the bit. To make sure that Phil wasn't going to get past me. The good old ricocheting. And then, yeah, kind of... I had a few laps on my own, so I kind of got to... Which is very helpful, because I got to kind of figuring out the car, figured out the boost tactics and stuff. And then a wild Michael caught up to me. Slowly but surely. Yeah, we had a few touch and go moments. Like he would come zooming up in these sections. Almost died there. How you didn't die is beyond me. You almost died quite a few times. But yeah, like, so, I guess to explain my boost strategies, I would boost... I'd use up all the remaining boost I had on the exit of this last corner, all the way up. Wouldn't use any when I crossed the start-finish line. And wouldn't use any at all in the lap until I exited here. And then would use a bit down here to get me up to speed. But not a lot. Fully charge the battery again. And then I wouldn't use anything throughout this entire bit here. Oh, shit. Which is how... Oh, no, we're on the wrong lap. It's how you got past me so easily here. I saw you flying up, so I didn't even really try and fight it. I was like, yep, I'm going to take that slipstream. Thank you very much. And then you almost died. I boosted a little bit here, and then boosted even more here. With aid of slipstream that time around. Didn't boost... Oh, yeah, it was very close, yeah. Was that a touch? Oh! So close. Yeah, I wouldn't use any up here, and then just launch whatever I had left out of here. That was kind of what I'd sussed out. Was the best for me, at least at the end. Yeah, I was manual just boosting him forth. I found that short shifting whilst boosting was slightly beneficial because of the torque curves on the electric cars. You could actually get better acceleration through getting up into the higher gears a bit earlier. Yeah, you can see Michael just keeps appearing behind me. As we slowly close down on Yuka ahead. Reeled him in. Kept reeling him in and in and in. Yeah, almost. I got really close here. But I kind of... He held that in... He locked that inside line down good. So even though I had to run on him into turn 1, I was forced to take the outside. I tried braking... I felt like I'd braked a little early, but I guess I hadn't really. Yeah, we both started braking at the same point. The music with 2 times replay. Perfect match. How Ridge Racer music works with just about everything. Penny Hill. God damn it. Yeah, there was a lot of gaming going on this last lap, though, between the two of us. I almost let Michael pass me. We were gaming our boost strategy so hard. Because you watch how much he backs. He was nowhere near this slow any other lap out of here. He was holding on for that boost. He wanted to make sure he had as much as possible. I think he might have used a little squirt before that kink. But yeah, we then both let rip out of the final turn. And I just didn't have the enough to get him. Beat me fair and square. But that was good fun. I enjoyed that. I also plugged that thing in the poll about GT3s. Silly me didn't even check what track GT3 is at. It's at Bahrain. I don't actually have Bahrain currently. I deleted Bahrain because I don't like the... the AC mod's kind of poo. And the... Not a fan of Bahrain in general. Really. I've raced... Well, I've raced it once properly in a sim. And that was enough to make me not like it. And not want to go back again. Yeah, it's a packed grid. Yeah, really packed grid. Hang on, how many we got? Oh. Yeah, 34 signed up. Oh. Hang on, wait, can I do it? Let's see. Little tip. Here we go. There you go. Race is populated. Look at that. Would you believe it? Let me get the old snip. You'd never believe your eyes. The people actually were interested in turning up to a GT3 race. You signed into the bus. Your boss, yeah, like 1 billion people turn up. Yeah, like the entire population of China turn up for the GT3 race. Are you sure your servers are going to be able to handle it? Anyways. Your account is just barred from seeing that GBT guys got sicky and requested SSC didn't do it again. Wouldn't surprise me. After some of my displays, poor Ricard. The less said of that, the better. Anyways, yeah. Actual results. Okay. Yeah, so Matteo wins the championship. I think he had a pretty comfy lead, so you know, him winning was the icing on the cake. Mattia in second. 0 incident points for the top 4. I got 1 because of Phil. God damn it, Phil. Phil was the dirtiest bugger on this grid. Unbelievable. And Matteo with that rocket start. 3rd to 1st, and then held it. I actually jumped from 7th to 5th, and then held that. It was a little bit more adventurous than that, but it's unfair. Poor Ricard shouldn't count. It's not a proper track, it's a dump. We had a pretty clean race. All things considered. Of course, my amazing qualifying lap time. I can't believe this lap counted. I fucking spun in qualifying and still got a lap time. Oh yeah, spun into the runoff and still got a lap time in. Which is more than what Michael, Max, or Luca could achieve, so... He put me up a couple of places. Was well off what everyone else had achieved, but 107% Michael. That's wrong. Let's see how far off. How far off would I have been? All right, let's see. 48.359 plus 6G is that. Mine was that. So do I do it that? I was 108%. If my calculations are right, they could very well not be. But I think I got 108%. Which is actually... Yeah, you'd be right. It's not within the 107%. It was a lap that counted, so I don't care. Yeah, in the race, obviously, Matteo got the fastest lap to solidify his lead. Batia, Yari, Max, Phil, Michael, myself with a much more representative lap time. Yuka, Michael, and then Luca didn't. I don't think he did any laps in the race. In the Lotus 98T series in 2020, races Laguna, only 5 out of 6 out of 20 people were getting able to race with 197%. That bad, huh? Jesus. Alright. Standings. Yep, Matteo takes it. With 3 wins, 2 second places, and 1 third. Never finished off the podium. Oh, 107%, okay. That's like 197, Jesus. But yeah, still being out of the 107% is still kind of, ooh, not good. Like, I literally spun down the escape road to get that. I was probably stationary for like 2-3 seconds before I realized, oh shit, my lap isn't invalidated, I can still do a lap time. And I'd fuck the other one up. There was a guy always 1 or maybe even 2 seconds faster per lap. Jesus. But yeah, very consistent, very clean, so well deserved. With Yari jumped Mattia with 1 win, 1 second place, 2 third places, very clean as well. I think, yeah, Mattia was just let down by having a couple of really shit races at Road Atlanta and Mosport. Those 2 really let him down overall in the series. Phil, 2 third places, pretty clean. And that comfortably puts him in 4th. Far off the guys ahead, but not too shabby. Me in 5th, quite a ways off. Not quite the season I would have wanted. A few too many mishaps. Blown opportunities. But there was still fun moments. I enjoyed it. And then Yuka, last of the full-time runners. No podiums, just like myself, but pretty decent overall. We were very close, actually, in the end. Only 2 points. He closed. Had I made a mistake, he would have jumped me in the championship, I think. However, it is time to reveal the next car for this slot, actually. Let me go and bring it up. If I can even remember where to find it. Oh, there we go. We're going back in time a little bit this time. No crazy format changes though. Still the same old format that we've ran. But very different car. It's the first time I'm featuring a vintage car in this slot. Not one of the more modern machines that we've been running. I mean, we've only ran this championship twice, but this is the first outing for a vintage car. And we're running the Lola T70 Mark II Ford. In all of its glory. Fixed setup again. This car's quite nice in the fixed setup, actually. I mean, there isn't a lot to change on this thing, but for consistency's sake. Also, because I'm lazy. However, she's got an engine, though. Not 4 5-minute races. Shit. You got me. Yeah, we're actually doing 4 5-minute races. Nah. We actually couldn't do that even if we wanted to. With proper AC formatting, I don't think. However, yeah, this is also the first round at VIR. Remember a massive crash at the American Series at Monza 66 Oval with this Lola. Well, we're taking it to VIR for the first round, so what could possibly go wrong? VIR of this could be very spicy. Oh, it will be. I've downshifted too much. Pretty fun car to drive, though. Big old V8. Not too much power. There is a slightly more powerful version, but I felt this one was a bit more well balanced all around. Has less power, but I think it complements the grip level the car has a lot better. Oh, I should have slowed up a little bit earlier. I was going a bit too flat out over there. Of course, it's still very much a 60s car, so it's can get quite sketchy. But no seatbelt. I mean, this thing is basically a tin can on wheels, knowing Can-Am safety standards, so I think I'd rather be thrown from this thing than be trapped inside of it. Looks safe enough to not need a seatbelt. Actually, oh yeah, shit, there actually isn't a seatbelt on the model. Even though I think we have the modern day roll hoop, I don't think the... Oh shit, I was too busy looking at the model. I don't think the... Oh, I've locked up. I don't think when the car would have... when the car would have originally raced, I don't think it would have had this hoop behind the driver's head. I think that's more of a modern addition. I am really not paying attention to the driving here. Well, you've seen the car. You've seen my terrible attempt at driving it, but it's a good fun car. What would be the slower car? The slower car is the cross car. 70 horsepower cross car, and we're swapping the format up to do two 5... Oh, fuck, you got me with the 5 minutes. Two 10-minute races instead of one 20-minute. Line the track with soft pillars for the ejected drivers to land on. Tires are soft enough, right? There's plenty of those around the outsides here. See, look at those big stack of tires. Nice and squishy. Those will do, right? But yeah, I think this is going to be an interesting one for a season opener. It's going to set quite a mixed grid, I think. Depends on how inflated the tires are. True. Well, I don't think these tires have any inner lining, so... Tony speaking from recent experience. Yeah, big cat's coming out to play. Alongside the little cat that we have for the first series. But I think both are a bit more out of left field, but I think both are going to be quite fun. Tire barriers and RF2 are the opposite of soft. They're the opposite of soft in AC as well, I'm pretty sure. Steal tires from your own car too. Exactly. How are they ever gonna feed the tire wall? Keep it going. If there aren't more tires. Gotta keep feeding the tire wall machine. Shut up. You. Okay. There you go. Would you like your car? I have seen the car that has been submitted by you guys. I have never driven it, so I don't know. In theory, I have no reason to hate the car, and it should be a car that could be quite fun. But I'm busy on Wednesdays, so guess we won't find out. which is unfortunate, but yes. Had you started your series, had for fun, and Thunder Crew gotten in their championship a couple of seasons earlier, would have made my life a bit easier. Oh well. Would have had my Wednesday still open. But alas, it is not to be. I was going to say, let's look at what we got for next week. But then I was like, shit, it's next season. Lola looks fun. Looks like driving. It gets my incident average down. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure it's definitely going to help our incident averages. Very incident average friendly car. Freaker Monopoly? VIR our corner. Oh no. I sent some history there. But yeah, looking at what's come up for next season so far is quite exciting. By the looks of things, Daily... They had come into question as to whether or not they'd stay around, but it does seem like the Daily series are going to be returning still for next season. So it'll be interesting to see what replaces the GT3s next time around. Hopefully it's something fun and we start getting grids again so we can go back to the 3 races, but I also don't mind the double race format too much, so, you know, I'll take them as they come. Ian, he says we had contact in the Volvos. I already have forgotten what happened, might have head injury. Damn, that's some serious contact. Ugh. That was by far and away one of my weakest seasons in SRS, though, I think. Definitely not a good season. There were some good moments in Donnie's championship. There were a couple of good moments in the Toyota. But I think pretty much every race in the... Audi was a bit of a dud. I didn't really do anything in that championship. It was kind of unfortunate. I was hoping for a little bit more from that car. But it is what it is. Also, I want to show something quite funny. Okay, so. Good, meaning awful, but funny. No, I think that championship was overall quite good. Right, I want to show some very interesting stuff I've just seen. That's the wrong one. Hopefully I'm not sharing any... No, I don't think any information is on display. However, do you see the problem with this graph? Apparently there were points in the live stream where I had -1 viewers. How does that happen? How do I get -1 viewers on a live stream? I mean, like, the viewer, like, these numbers are kind of just... They are seemingly arbitrary anyways. Like, they're not usually that good at representing anything. Because, like, at the moment, it's saying concurrent 3, but here it's showing 1. So how does that make sense? Unless YouTube thinks a little I was the -1. Maybe. Fred wouldn't disagree. Never seen that before. So yep, good job, YouTube. I have beaten YouTube. I have achieved negative viewers. I don't know how that happens. But apparently it does. Permanently hide those viewer number stuff when stream, and I'd rather live in blissful ignorance. Yeah, I don't really care what the number says. I mostly just keep that screen up as like the stream control panel sort of thing. Yeah, I never. Yeah, in theory, with live streaming, in theory, especially as a smaller streamer, at least the way I see it, you should always be acting as if you have an audience, because you never truly know if somebody is watching or not. So it's like, yeah, you know, you should always treat it like as if there is an audience there, and not like, because you see some people, when there's no audience around, they literally sit there and they do nothing. And it's like, you're not really going to get an audience if, when there is no audience, you just sit there and do nothing. Because they're going to come in, see you doing nothing, and be like, oh, this guy's boring, I'm going out of here. Yeah, someone can watch a stream afterwards as a video, yeah. I don't think many people do that unless they are pretty dedicated to the, like, whatever the topic of the stream is. But, yeah, it definitely is a factor. But, you know, like, I always open the stream. Even if it says on YouTube there's only, like, 1 person watching, or, like, 0. I'll always open the stream in the same way, saying, like, how is everybody, yada, yada, yada. Because you don't know what's going to come back. Ugh. Jeez, my throat. But it is definitely a hard thing to do. To be a smaller streamer and to be engaging enough to keep people around. But I think, you know, being in a situation like we are in, where we have something that is naturally gonna bring people in, I think that definitely does help. You know, to bring people into these live streams and give some kind of an audience. But, like, I think if I was just running random SRS races, I don't think it really would... I'd really gain as much traction compared to streaming my races. And that's kind of why I never really bothered back when James was still racing either. Also because, you know, I'd basically be actively working against him, which seemed like really pointless. You know, when I can just be part of his and have a better overall experience. Damn, just got an email through from YouTube saying create a podcast in YouTube Studio. Clearly YouTube knows how much I love to chat shit. With that, I'm gonna prove YouTube wrong by ending the live stream. But yeah, thanks everyone who showed up and raced. Thanks everyone who chatted. It's been awesome. This is like, what? My 4th or 5th consecutive championship now, I think. Let me check. We did the Estonia, that was the first. Then it was the Focus, that was the second. Exige, third. 886 was fourth. The Ligier was the 5th. The Skoda was the 6th. This is my 7th consecutive championship. And more than that if I count the double. So yeah, thank you to everyone who comes up to keeps showing up every week, especially now with the double. People show up for the double. It's awesome to get that level of participation. Podcast next week. We'll see. I've just fucking twatted the microphone. Whoops. But yeah, next season is going to be interesting. I'm nervous, but excited to see how it goes. Definitely make sure you're there on Monday for Donnie's championship opener. That's gonna be one to watch. That is gonna be one to watch. I'm gonna be behind the low wheel, hopefully beating out Donnie, Michael, and the Slow Bros at their own game once again. But maybe not. Maybe not. Might not get so lucky this time. But that is gonna be a doozy. Am I putting links, the car links in Discord? A Dick Seaman special, yeah. I can do. I can put a link to the cars and tracks. Well, the track, shit. Let me double check. The opening track for the cross kart, I think it was Brands Hatch. Yeah, it's Brands Hatch AD for the cross kart, so I just need to post up the cross kart. For the Lola, we'll be going to VIR. I think everyone's got VIR, but I'll post it up anyways in case anyone doesn't, just so it's there. Yeah, so I'll do that. Thanks for bringing it up. That's, yeah, definitely a useful thing. There was something else I was gonna say. Shit. I've been completely side-railed. Ooh, yes. If you remember a while ago, we did the special event that was the Race of Binners. I've been quite quiet on that for a while, because that was back in January and we're in April now. But, you know, while I'm not planning on bringing back Race of Binners just yet again. I have definitely been thinking of a new special event to bring up, and I basically have it all planned out. I've just been really lazy to put together the trailer and to set a date in stone for the event yet. So look for that in the coming days. The event probably won't be until like May now, but yeah, I'm gonna hopefully get an announcement out in the next week or so for that to kind of get the hype ball rolling. But I think it's gonna be a bit of a fun event, so keep your eyes peeled on my videos tab for that. Even though I basically never post videos. But yeah, I'm throwing that out there just to kind of give me more of a push to actually go and make that video. But yeah, okay. Next week, new season. Be interesting to see what changes come to the rest of the platform. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, with that, I'll leave you all here. I'll go and post up those car links once I'm done, and that'll be that. Take care, everyone. See you all around. Adios.